Today, I am going to explain the movie called Una, based on a true event. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. Una is a troubled, lonely young woman who spends her day going to pubs, hooking up with random men, and returns home before dawn. When she was an 18-year-old girl, she had a crush on Ray. He was a next-door neighbor of Una and her family, and also a trusted friend of her father. Ray and Una were very close. He would visit her house frequently to meet with her father. He knew that Una had a crush on him, and he also had the same feelings for her. Ray knew that she was a minor, but still, he didn't stop her, as he was looking for something. Ray and Una used to meet secretly at a park, where he would touch her, get on top of her, and make love to her. Una wanted to make Ray happy and would do anything for him. Ray would secretly take Una with him so that they could be together. Their sexual relationship continued for 3 months. One day, after making love at a hotel, Ray went out, saying that he would be back in 5 minutes. Una waited for him all day, but Ray never came back. Later in the evening, Una went out looking for him in the town, but couldn't find him anywhere. She wandered the streets looking for him. She was alone and frightened as she walked the streets. Ray had promised her that they would run away to a foreign country together. But she soon realized that Ray has abandoned her. So Una called the police, after which she was taken back to her home. Despite being abandoned by Ray, Una didn't tell anyone about her relationship with Ray. But the doctors drugged her, after which they inspected her body and found Ray's DNA in her. They realized that Ray was sexually abusing Una, and when he got what he wanted, he ran away. However, Ray was eventually arrested and got 4 years in jail for his crime. At the prison, Ray was treated as the lowest form of humanity by fellow inmates. They would spit on him, beat him up, and put human feces on his face. Everyone called him a child predator who manipulated young girls and groomed them. After serving his prison sentence, Ray changed his name to Peter Trevelyan. He began working at a warehouse, where he rose to the management level. But unlike him, Una couldn't run away from her past, as she had to live in the same house as her mother. Shortly after Ray was arrested, Una's father passed away. Una was shunned by everyone and was even attacked by Ray's girlfriend, who accused Una of stealing her boyfriend. Una grew up lonely and confused, which is why she would visit pubs frequently and would hook up with random people, hoping to be loved by someone. It's been 15 years since the incident, and Una is now an adult. One day, she finds Ray's picture in a local newspaper and eventually tracks him down at his workplace. She wants to confront Ray, as she wants to tell him about the humiliation and pain she had to go through all these years. She is still emotionally wounded from the incident. When Ray sees Una at his workplace, he instantly recognizes Una, but instead of empathizing with her, Ray wants her to leave immediately, as he fears that Una wants to damage his career, or even kill him. Una tells him that she doesn't want to hurt him, and only wants to have proper closure with him. But they are interrupted by an employee, who informs Ray about a critical staff meeting. So Ray leaves to attend the meeting and tells Una to wait for him. At the meeting, Ray is told by his boss to announce cutbacks and layoffs to employees. But Ray is unable to function properly at the meeting and leaves abruptly, as he can't stop thinking about Una. His boss is furious at him and is looking for him everywhere. Afterward, Una finds him and continues talking to him. Ray reveals that he was genuinely in love with her. He is not a hebephile by nature, and it was never his plan to abuse Una. He explains that he wasn't grooming her but genuinely fell in love with her. He also tells Una that after serving his jail sentence, he married a woman of his own age. He told his wife everything that happened in his life, and his wife still accepted him. Ray reveals that he never abandoned Una. He just wanted to clear his head before taking such a big step in his life. But by the time he returned, Una was gone. He searched for her everywhere, but couldn't find her anywhere. Scared, he called the police to report a missing person. This is how he got arrested. Una further asks Ray about his family, but Ray hesitates to answer. Una realizes that Ray hasn't told anything to his wife about the incident. Ray dismisses her by telling her that she is sick, and suggests she consult a doctor. After learning the truth, Una's feelings for Ray emerge again. It turns out that Ray too has feelings for Una, as he never stopped loving her. The two then begin kissing and get intimate. But before it goes too far, Ray stops and abruptly leaves for his home, leaving Una feeling abandoned once again. Before leaving the warehouse, Ray tells Scott, his coworker, to take Una home. but Una tells Scott to have a drink with her at his flat. Back at Ray's home, Ray makes love to his wife with his eyes closed, suggesting that he is not happy with his married life. After some drinking, Una seduces Scott and gets intimate with him. But she stops in the midst and starts crying. She lies to Scott that Ray is her father and persuades him to take her to Ray's house. Ray and his wife are hosting a large party at their house. Sometime later, Scott and Una arrive at Ray's house. Ray is shocked to see them there, as he doesn't want Una to be anywhere near his family. When Una and Ray's wife are alone, Una asks her if she is happy with her married life. But Ray's wife doesn't say anything, which means neither of them is happy with their marriage life. Ray tells Scott to take Una away, fearing that Una may expose their past to everyone. But Una refuses to leave with Scott and wanders upstairs. She enters the bedroom of a teenage girl and curls up on the bed. The girl enters the room and demands an explanation from Una. The girl is the daughter of Ray's wife from an earlier marriage, who is also 13 years old. Ray also comes to the room, after which Una abruptly leaves, as she thinks that Ray is also having a relationship with his wife's daughter. Ray goes after Una and tells her that there is nothing going on. He insists that Una is the only one of that age who he has ever desired, and has never looked for anyone else of that age. He kisses Una and tells her she is the only one he has ever truly loved. Una doesn't say anything and walks off into the dark. Ray's wife, his stepdaughter, and Scott are watching them from a distance, trying to figure out what's exactly going on between the two. This movie ends here.